Linjani mahlabezulu makadi mwese. Has God performed any miracles today? Why have miracles disappeared as soon as science came into being? Are you waiting for miracles? Don't wait for miracles from heaven, because you might wait until the day you leave the earth. Only applied knowledge is power. Only applied knowledge is power. Our ancestors used applied knowledge. Today, the quantum scientific field has confirmed that. The book No More Masters shares aspects of that applied knowledge that our ancestors used to invent anything and any reality that they so wished. From Hamit to Mohenjo-Daro, Sumer to Mesoamerica, our ancestors performed wonders and created and invented a lot of what has come to be known as the first and primal civilization. But when we left applied knowledge that our ancestors used, we fell from knowing Nyunyu. On a copy of the book No More Masters, which will give you an introduction to Nyunyu and knowing Nyunyu and walking steadily. The Prophet Muhammad is reputed to have ascended to heaven through 7 planes on a creature called Baruch, a white steed larger than a donkey, smaller than a mule, with wings. Jesus in the Gospels claimed to have risen boldly through the clouds until a cloud took him out of sight. These are the pinnacle of divine transportation in the Abrahamic imagination. 1 man, 1 horse, 1 cloud, 1 miraculous journey. Today, 10,000 aircraft carry 12 million passengers daily across the skies. No faith required, no revelation necessary, just physics, engineering, and collective human intellect that these holy books somehow forgot to mention. The Baruch carried 1 man on a night journey. A Boeing 747 carries 400 people from Mecca to London in 8 hours every single day. If the night journey was proof of divine power, what does the 787 Dreamliner prove about human power? And more importantly, which has relieved more suffering? The winged horse that carried 1 prophet to see paradise, or the cargo plane that delivers malaria medication all over the earth to people that are suffering and that the mercy of malaria? The answer is quite clear. But when you consider Christianity, Mark 16 says these signs will accompany those who believe, and they will place their hands on sick people and they will get well. But for 2,000 years, believers have clashed this promise like a winning lottery ticket that never cashes. Faith healers have laid hands on millions. The results statistically indistinguishable from placebo. Meanwhile, in the same 2 millennia, humanity developed germ theory, antibiotics, vaccines, anesthesia, organ transplantation, and Crips gene editing. Smallpox, which used to kill 300 million people annually, was not stopped by prayer. Vaccination did. Polio paralyzed millions. Holy water didn't cure it. The Salk vaccine did. Maternal childbirth used to be fatal, but today almost 99% of it has been stopped through antiseptics. The hospital from Harare, Mumbai, Lagos to Sao Paulo heal billions without demanding a confession of faith. They do not check whether you go to church, to the mosque, or to the temple. They just check your blood pressure. The miracles of Mark 16 do not have anything to do with the healing that is occurring today. So the question is, if God intended his healing to be the sign of his divine power and legitimacy of the followers, why did he make it contingent for one to believe, while making antibiotics contingent only on accessibility? Why? When you consider that God used to perform miracles on a grand scale, parting the seas, raising the dead, raining water, raining fire, and speaking before crowds and displaying his power publicly, then you realize that as soon as humanity developed cameras, scientific testing, social media, instant news, and reliable documentation, miracles have abruptly disappeared. Today, the deity, that God who used to stop the sun, cannot regrow one amputated limb or plant back eyes that are not in a blind man. Divine revelation has vanished. Now we can only see in blurry visions and the images drawn by some artists of those sacred signs and miracles. Excuses about testing faith or miracles belonging to another age are not explanations why they are not there today. Miracles thrived when nobody could verify them and vanished when evidence became unavoidable. Either God suddenly disappeared or there was nothing really that was happening during that time, just stories. There are people that walk on fire. In the Tamil Nadu, devotees of Mariamman walk across the beds of glowing coals. In Greece, the Anastinarites dance on fire like Apostoli. These are presented as proofs of divine protection, of faith made manifest in invulnerability, walking on fire. But observe the same devotees on their way home. They do not walk barefoot to the temple through thorny bushes. They wear shoes. They buy orthopedic insoles. They take ibuprofen for pain or joint pain. They visit doctors when they have infections. The fireworker who trusts God drives a car, cars, flies in planes, wears watches, has a phone, which were all manufactured by people that don't go to his church. This is not faith. It is theater that they perform. They call works that they do works because of the latent frost effect and the thermal conductivity of ash, not because of divine intervention. It is physics that is tricking a lot of us when we see them walk on fire. The same devotee who claims supernatural power and protection from fire, who rush to the emergency room for a second-degree burn, they should fry their meat using their bare hands so that we can say, oh yes, these people have got miracle power and faith. But when we look at our ancient ancestors in ancient Africa and many other parts of the earth, specifically in Hamit, which was steeped in religion, its temples honored divine order, its priests guarded elaborate rituals, and its people prepared obsessively for the afterlife. Yet beneath all that spirituality, real progress came from something far less mystical, human activity. The medical tradition associated with Imutepo was practical and systematic. If you read the Edwin Smith Papyrus records, you will find that there were examinations, diagnosis, prognosis, and treatments for physical injuries, which equals those that are practiced by doctors today, because they described in that ancient time the brain, the pulse, fractures, and the wounds with remarkable precision. The strength was not because of revelation, but it was because of active human applied knowledge and investigation and observation. Imutepo was eventually worshipped as the father and the god of medicine. But his true achievement required no divine intervention. It came from studying the body, recording results, and treating natural problems as natural problems. The same pattern is all over the earth. The pattern runs throughout the history of our ancient ancestors. But as soon as they left that path, we have collapsed, and now we are non-entities in the field of science. So let us look at both sides now. When we speak of miracles and want to balance the ledger, we see that they record that they parted seas, there was resurrection, ascension, fire walking, immunity, demon casting, faith healing, and instant healings. But when we say let's verify those miracles today now, it's zero. Nobody can verify any of these miracles today. But when you go to technology, we discover that technology has delivered antibiotics, anesthesia, aircrafts, cars, watches, artificial limbs, heart transplants, vaccines, the internet, social media, space travel. It has saved billions of people from hunger, pain, suffering, and disabilities. Verified miracles have saved no one, but these scientific activities have saved billions of people. Of course, eventually we all die. The question is not why miracles stop. but whether they ever began or whether they ever occurred. Ancient supernatural stories were early attempts to explain a world without microscopes, germ theory or physics or chemistry or metaphysics at the most. They may not have been lies, but they were placeholders. Evidence has replaced them today with proper, correct explanations and of what actually works. Humanity built wonders once promised by heaven. A 747 carries hundreds through the clouds and returns them safely, not through prayer but through engineering. The gods left us with only one gift: our brains to think. The gods never built cities for us, but we have built cities and they outsourced nothing when we built those cities. Anyway,
instead of making a move,
when we consider now the miracles performed by outsourcing power, we find that all of the miracles, you can name every miracle, it has never been verified. They outsourced to the sky, the audit sheet, the replacement of that ancient placeholders, burning bush, which is electrical or lightning, a winged horse, which some would say, it was a plane and so forth, they were flying chariot. No. Modern explanations has given us everything that aerospace has provided, and it cannot be repeated or peer-reviewed, all these miracles. Technology has delivered. That's what we can say. A lot of what we have today is via technology. Now, applied knowledge is power. Knowledge itself is very useless, but applied knowledge, that is power. You can work your own miracles when you know the source of all potential with all possibilities. When our ancestors were connected to the source, which is the waters of Nyunyu, they performed wonders greater than what we see today. When they disconnected and they somehow stopped knowing Nyunyu, our health and body, our mind and emotions, our finances and careers, and our relationships and justice all collapsed. Today, we are not healthy. Today, we are not thinking straight. Today, we have no financial capacity and abilities. Today, our relationships are in chaos because we have not walked steady in knowing the waters of Nyunyu. So what we want to suggest today and offer you is a book, No More Masters. This book will show you and walk with you how applied knowledge that our ancestors used, new knowledge that is emerging today is the quantum scientific system out of which our ancestors were capable of inventing anything and any reality in any civilization, from Hamid to Mohenjo-Daro, from Sumer to Mesoamerica. But we fail when we stopped knowing the waters of Nyunyu. So our health and our bodies are compromised. Our mind and emotions are terrible. Our finances and careers are in shambles. Our relationships and justice are out of our powers. So get this book and own a copy so that you can be able to dig deeper and be able to apply it. Thank you for watching, for liking, for subscribing, and for leaving a comment. Share this video to as many people as possible. I'm your manager Topi Preacher by LM Dumisu Kunugani Mjakanja, saying till we meet again, remember, you can work your own miracles yourself. You do not need any source for miracles. If you want to learn more about all this, do not hesitate to send us an email to the email we are showing here, and also visit our website www.marifado.com. YouTube is shadow banning our videos. A few of the videos that escape that shadow banning gathers a lot of viewers, 30,000, 40,000, and those that they lock in will not gather as many views as possible. So you can do a great favor for us if you share this video and like it, and share and leave a comment that will break the jinx that they have placed on our videos. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Ameni.
Our ancestors used this tested quantum system to invent all things. From Kemet to Mohenjo-Daro, Sumer, and Mesoamerica, our knowledge spreads. Behold the miracle of creation through steady wisdom. Walk steady, for the ancestors guide our path.